Well, this is the second time I've been here this morning. For those of you who might be a little bit confused, I came here just at sunrise, so it was about 8 o'clock, and the mist was ridiculously thick. Unfortunately, as the mist lifted, everybody turned up. But there were some lovely doggies, so it doesn't matter. So I got a couple of shots. There was no detail in the sky, which kind of spoilt it a bit. But we can't have everything. For a few seconds, it was dead calm. Beautiful reflections down on Loch Tummel. So yes, it was worth going up, I think. So now I'm going to wend my way home. I may or may not stop on the way. The mist has just completely gone, but it was bizarre. There was no mist low down. It was very strange. There's people all over the place. But the great thing about this is they call it the National Forestry Trust, I think. And they've suspended all car parking charges, which is great. I have no objection to paying car parking charges when I come up here because they're very sensible. I think I paid for one the other day. It was £3 for the day. Like, you can't complain at that. It's when it's £3 for an hour that I get a bit mumpy. I hope you've enjoyed this little look around a slightly different area of Scotland. And the weather hasn't been the best, but I think we've made the most of it. I would still have killed for some low down mist. So as I say, thank you very much for coming. You all look after yourself. It sounds to me on the radio like we're about to go back into some sort of period of lockdown, whether that's full or partial. So you all take care of yourself. Keep smiling. It will get better. That's what we have to keep telling ourselves. And I'll catch up with you all next weekend. Bye for now. I think I said I might stop. I came down to the end of the road that I was just on, and I came over the bridge over the River Garry. Oh my God. The light is divine, excuse me. And I'll flip you around in a second and show you what's caught my attention. Just put my bag down. You can hear the traffic because the bridge is directly above me. There's some superb reflections, but I just can't get down, unfortunately, but I'll spin you around and show you the scene. So this is kind of what I spotted as I came along. Those colours, this is what I've been missing all week. Oh, you can see what I've been attracted to. The light is the important bit. The light is popping those colours, something amazing. So I'm going to stick the 70 to 200 on and see what I can come up with. There is nothing down this way, where there's a path from the looks of it. I can just see a guy in a red jacket wandering around. But I've looked to see if I can get down here, and get down here, but I can't. You can obviously get on the other side, but that's the direction the light's coming in, so you're going to miss all those glorious colours. Well, I've got distracted again. I think it was my first night up here, and you're not on the gimbal because it's too dodgy. I came up this road at the side of Loch Tummel to find a little sleepy spot, but then decided I didn't want to be there. And I read about a very narrow, very steep path that leads you down surprise, surprise, to some waterfalls. So, excuse the wiggling and jiggling. As I say, you're not on the gimbal. It's a bit slippy and it's a bit wet, and we have rocks covered in wet leaves. There is sort of a path. Now, I didn't talk to you about the settings on the images you've just seen. Really boring. Polarizer on, just to make those colours pop even more. And a 0.6 grad to... This is one of those hills where if you let momentum take over, you'll roly-poly all the way down to the bottom. Yes, 0.6 grad, just to even the exposure, oh my god, to the front and the rear. It's the front and the rear, the top and the bottom. Front and the rear, what am I? Oh. And that was it. It was, I don't know, 200th of a second? Something like that. Woohoo! Right, I don't know if this is going to be photogenic or not. But there's all sorts of options. And there's people over the other side, so there must be somewhere to cross. Yes, if you have dodgy knees, this is probably, not the best place to try and come down. Whoa! As I say, I have no idea what I was going to expect. Flipping heck. That's pretty awesome. Now, the biggest problem here is finding somewhere to put the tripod where one or both or three of the legs don't slip. So I'm set up in portrait because we have a few wispy little clouds. So we've got layers, we've got sky and clouds, we've got pine trees, we've got beech or birch trees, and then we've got the water. Ooh, it's a bit slippery. I'd love to be able to get over there, but I think I've got to go down to the bottom and come back up, and I really haven't got time to do that. Typical, last day. Right, so let's just try that polarizer. Yep, that's about right. Now it's considerably brighter. So we're going to go for 0.6. Just to try and... I have to go in at a bit of an angle. I think. Try reverse. I think that might just be too dark. Yeah. So where is my trusty 0.3? To say I've used the 0.3 more often this week. In fact, I've used it so often and I can't find the damn thing. Here it is. I knew it was there somewhere. Okay. So let's shoot and see what happens with that. Yeah, maybe not. That polarizer, although it's making the colours pop, is doing nothing to the sky. There is such a huge difference in lightness or brightness, should I say, between the sun hitting these trees on this darker area where the water is. It's going to be a bit tricky. I think I'm going to try I don't care at this moment how smoothed out the water is. It's just making those trees darken down sufficient to make the exposure actually work. That reverse grab might be the way to go. 1/5 of a second, F14. That's just about perfect. There are a couple of little highlights. There's some texture in the water. I'm merrily chatting away to myself here. No idea if you can hear me over that long. Yeah, I think that works. That sky, although there's some clouds in it, it's still bright as anything. Bang a third one in. Quarter of a second. That's better. Yeah, that's more like it. So that's a reverse grad, a 0.6 hard grad, and a 0.3. Just to even that exposure out. Take that down to a 1/5 of a second. Yeah, I think that works nicely now. I'm going to check my focus point on that. There could be a little bit of movement up in those trees. I think that's about right. Job sorted. Hey.